family's everything. But my kids, to my children, I'm nobody. But that night they're gonna find out their father's very special.
Mike Tyson recently surprised fans by revisiting his boxing future. After declaring his retirement, saying he couldn't keep up with younger fighters, Tyson now seems ready for a comeback. The change in attitude may be due to a tempting $700 million offer for a rematch. It's a shocking twist, considering his previous claims of being done and expired.
His Excellency Turkey al-Sheikh, he wants to see the rematch between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, and he's now offering Mike Tyson $700 million.
If Mike Tyson is already getting paid for looking tired in the ring, why not cash in by knocking out Jake Paul for some extra money? The future of Tyson's career is up for grabs, so stay tuned for the juiciest gossip. However, the reality is that half of the boxing world couldn't care less about Tyson anymore, and they have their reasons. The Jake Paul fight got people talking, but not for the reasons anyone expected. It didn't quite live up to the hype, leaving many unimpressed.
But he got you with a couple punches. How did they feel?
Nothing. Didn't feel a thing, to be honest.
Bro, your cap.
I'm literally being honest, bro.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Bro, your head is so big.
It didn't hurt. Like, he didn't really land anything.
No, because your head is,
like,
I just tell you, can just take impact like crazy.
Even the one he landed, I saw it coming and I went like this. And they're like,
shh. Your beard throws people off. I don't think they know where your chin is. I don't even know where your chin is. I've known you for like your whole life, and I forgot where it is in there.
You can't tell. Try and guess where it's at.
I couldn't even begin. I can't tell if it's like a shallow chin, or like, is your chin like, are you crimson chin?
My chin is right here.
That's what I'm saying.
It's right there.
I don't know. I also don't know how you got that beard, bro. Like the Jake Paul I know, Jake, is the one dancing to the Carly Rae Jepsen "Call Me Maybe" song.
Post that.
The meme that went viral.
That.
This is the guy that's fighting Mike Tyson, and it's like a 16-year-old you like dancing in your room. I remember when you.
You'd expect a legendary fighter like Mike Tyson facing a YouTube star to be a massive spectacle, but instead, it felt more like a clumsy cash grab from the moment the bell rang. Fans were left confused, wondering, what is this? Tyson, once feared for his brutal knockout power, appeared sluggish, as though he was fighting through molasses. His lack of aggression led fans to scream, "This is rigged." He seemed disinterested in landing the knockout punch everyone was waiting for. So the question remains, was Tyson holding back, or had he simply lost interest? The whole exhibition setup may have just been the perfect excuse to collect a paycheck.
It's funny because you know what's so shitty is like, we've been doing.
Mike.
My mic
is shitty.
Yeah.
Oh, no, keep going.
Let's be real. Tyson didn't need to hold back for a second. In his prime, he was a monster who could have knocked Jake Paul out in the first round with his eyes closed. Yet he dragged out a fight that felt more like a sparring session than a real bout. Instead of proving he still had it, Tyson turned the ring into a snooze fest, leaving fans disappointed.
It was fights, I'm not gonna mention no promote. There was fights I had with an opponent that knows would fight me and the referee. It was fights like that. That's just how it went. People are bent, odd. They got a hold of the referee. They fighting me and the referee. I don't know. The guy don't even know. Did I have to find out later what's going on?
The whole event seemed more about making money than preserving the sport or Tyson's reputation. Sure, his legacy took a hit, but the cash kept rolling in. Fans couldn't help but wonder, is this really the same Tyson who once struck fear in opponents? Or just another washed-up legend cashing in on nostalgia? And then there's Jake Paul, the guy who built his career on drama, not boxing skill. Watching him step into the ring with Tyson felt less like a real fight and more like a circus act. Jake isn't in it for the love of the sport. He's there to rack up followers, get clicks, and stay relevant. As for Tyson, he was just another pawn in Jake's game of keeping his name in the headlines. The entire event felt like a carefully staged stunt to keep both of their names in the media.
Obviously, the first two fights that I saw were great, and then the Mike Tyson would happen, and I was hoping that he would punch him once and then knock that stupid idiot Paul brother out. And now I'm watching all these videos and his speech that he gave at the end, where he's like, I knew I didn't have the guts. I knew I couldn't do it, but I'm just doing this to pay my bills for my family.
Fans quickly labeled the event a sideshow, not a real fight. And let's be honest, Tyson played right along. Instead of showing he still had the knockout power we all remembered, Tyson helped Jake Paul maintain the illusion of being a legitimate fighter. This raises the question, did Tyson get so comfortable with the paycheck that he forgot what made him a legend? Let's take a trip down memory lane. Tyson's official boxing career didn't end when he stepped into the ring with Jake Paul. In reality, it had ended long before that exhibition. Tyson had been talking about retirement for years.
Just drops a bombshell after...
He was no longer passionate about boxing. He was simply trying to cash in on nostalgia. When the money's right, who's going to walk away? That Jake Paul fight wasn't about Tyson's love for the sport. It was all about grabbing that sweet paycheck. Nothing more, nothing less.
Landing some big shots and knocking Jake around the ring. But that changed when Paul clenched with Tyson. It's alleged he whispered into Tyson's ear to cool it, and the message was confirmed received by Tyson with the affirming tap on the back. After that moment, Tyson became a stick in the mud.
Tyson's whole retirement speech was dripping with irony. He talked about his career ending like it was some noble, historic moment. But then here he is, crawling back for another comeback to fight Jake Paul. A fight nobody asked for. The final fight narrative? It was just a clever marketing move to pull in the last bit of hype and cash. Tyson claimed it was his last hurrah, but we all knew it was just another payday wrapped in sentimental BS. The truth is, Tyson's career had already been over for years, long before that Jake Paul showdown. That fight was a sideshow, plain and simple. The hype surrounding it was nothing more than a setup for a bigger payday. Tyson's once legendary legacy was slowly fading, and instead of trying to preserve it, he made one questionable decision after another. It made us all wonder, had Tyson forgotten what he stood for? Or was it just all about the money?
This fight was rigged. I could be wrong. I can't even say that because in my gut, I don't feel like I am.
Now, His Excellency Turkey Ali Sheik, he wants to see the rematch between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, and he's now offering Mike Tyson $700 million.
The truth is, Tyson didn't end his career with the Jake Paul fight. It had been over long before that. Now it's all about clinging to his legacy while cashing in on whatever's left. And Mike Tyson turning down a $700 million rematch with Jake Paul? Yeah, you heard that right. A guy who once made people tremble just by walking into the ring now claims he's expired and doesn't need a cash infusion that could pay off entire countries. Let's break this down. There's no way that was a smart decision. Tyson didn't refuse because he's past his prime. There's something else going. First off, Tyson, who's still in way better shape than most people half his age, decides to pass up a payday that could buy him a yacht, a private island, and a lifetime supply of whatever weird exotic pet he's into these days. We're talking $700 million, a number so absurd it sounds like a typo. Yet instead of walking into the ring, collecting his money and riding off into the sunset, Tyson just said, "Nah, I'm good." Why? He claims his boxing career is over, but let's be honest, that's not really what he means. If Tyson were truly expired, he'd be on a beach sipping piña coladas, not hitting the gym and training like he's about to fight someone who might actually try to punch him. No, G on here.
At any point, did you start to take your foot off the gas just a little bit because you noticed he was tiring out?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely a bit. You know, I wanted to give the fans a show.
Tyson refused the $700 million rematch with Jake Paul because he didn't want to risk losing to a guy who's famous for making "I'm the best boxer on the planet" memes, wearing a headset and running a YouTube channel. Tyson claims he's done with the sport, but let's not kid ourselves. This isn't some deep philosophical retirement decision where he's becoming a monk and swearing off earthly possessions. Tyson isn't stepping out of the ring
drops
to
a
preserve
bombshell
his health
after
or focus on family. If he truly cared about family, he wouldn't have fought Roy Jones Jr. in that sad excuse of a fight.
He was the champ. It was like, people don't understand what a champ he was. Like, he wasn't just the heavyweight champion of the world. He was an execution.
The real reason Tyson is refusing the rematch with Paul is that he knows he's walking a fine line. A loss to Jake Paul wouldn't just be another oops moment. It would be a catastrophic blow to his legacy. He'd be known as the boxer who lost to a YouTuber. And for a man who spent years carefully building his brand, that's simply unacceptable. Tyson is too proud to let that happen. His retirement isn't about preserving health or family. It's a convenient cover for his fear of being embarrassed again.
Wasn't the Tyson-Jake fight, wasn't that amazing?
Yeah. It's amazing they got paid so much money for that.
25 million and 40 million?
And don't even get me started on the money. Tyson could have made more in one fight than most people will see in their entire lifetimes. But no, instead, he walks away from the largest payday in boxing history. Why? Because it's about more than money. It's about preserving his image. Tyson, once the most feared man on the planet, now avoids becoming a punchline in a viral meme. Losing to Jake Paul would ruin that legendary image. Sure, Tyson made millions in his exhibitions, but this time the stakes were too high. He knew it. Why risk everything for one last paycheck when his legacy was on the line?
A lot of things about this.
You're just a big fight fan.
Yeah.
You love boxing.
Yeah.
Yes. Why? Where did that come from?
From the youngest generation.
Here's the kicker. Even though Tyson turned down the rematch, he's still in the business of making money. Don't buy into the family-first excuse. Tyson's not quitting the limelight. He's just figured out how to keep the cash flowing without stepping into a ring where someone could actually land a punch. He's playing the long game now, making money through brand deals, interviews, and public appearances. It's smarter than throwing punches. Why risk getting hit for a few million when you can keep making cash without putting your face on the line? Don't think for a second that Tyson's refusal is about health. The man still has the body of someone half his age. It's not that he's too old. It's that he's too proud to risk another humiliating loss. The truth is, Tyson isn't walking away because he's tired. He's walking away because he knows a loss to Jake Paul would end his legacy. So, instead of stepping into the ring to earn the payday of a lifetime, Tyson is opting for the safer route, keeping his image intact and ensuring he's remembered as the ferocious fighter who never got knocked out by a YouTuber. Tyson's family-first narrative is just the cherry on top of a carefully crafted excuse. It's the perfect smokescreen for a man who doesn't want to risk becoming the punchline of a bad joke.